Very good afternoon to all of you. It is the subject of history that we have to start today, where we had taken stock of introduction as well as newspapers in the last period. The name of the topic was sources of history. I just brief of what we had taken in the last period. We were about to discuss on written sources, and written sources also included newspapers that we have dealt with in the last period. In this period, we are going to begin with Press Trust of India, PTI. My dear boys and girls, after 1953, the Press Trust of India, in short PTI, has been an important source of primary details of all important events and of articles on important subjects. In short, we get information about important events and articles of important subjects through Press Trust of India, it is PTI. Press Trust of India has given us reports, photographs and articles, and these things are given on financial and scientific issues to newspapers. It means who provides these things, who provides photographs, reports and articles on financial as well as scientific issues to newspapers, that is Press Trust of India. So Press Trust of India plays an important role in the social reformation. PTI has now started its online service. Now this PTI has started online service. When it was the year of 1990, PTI started using the satellite broadcast. Means in 1990, PTI began to make use of satellite broadcast. And this technology was used instead of teleprinters. Before satellite broadcast, Press Trust of India was used to make use of teleprinters, but teleprinters were replaced by satellite broadcast. And through satellite broadcast, it is easier and quicker to send news all over the country immediately. This material, means satellite broadcast, is very, very important for writing the history of modern India. Satellite broadcast. Second point is postage stamps. The postage stamps don't reveal anything on their own. Means they do not display anything on it. Nothing is displayed on the postage stamps, yet a historian makes them speak, yet they can speak. How? Let us see. Now see, there have been some changes in postage stamps since we got independence. Now postage stamps give us a lot of information about changing times. It changes the time, and how the time will change is come to know by the use of postage stamps. Because There is the variety in the sizes of the stamps, the novelty in their subjects and color schemes. So, how do postage stamps reveal themselves? How do postage stamps express themselves though they cannot speak? See, there is the variety in the size of the stamps. Postage stamps variety. Novelty and color. The postage stamps express themselves strongly because of variety, novelty and color. Every year, the postage department issues or delivers postage stamps on a wide variety of themes. Themes on the postage stamps is wide, different. Sometimes there is a photo of a political leader, flower, animals, birds, an event, or the silver, golden, diamond, jubilees, or centenary, bicentenary. Tercentenary of different events. All these things are printed on the postage stamps, which means there is variety in the postage stamps. It is therefore a valuable repository of history. Postage stamps is a valuable repository. Next one is material sources. Material sources are also known as physical sources. Now, if it happened that if you have opened the textbook on page number 2, you will find material sources. Which are the material sources? Coins, ornaments, places of worship, museums, things in daily use, clothing, royal seals, and modern architecture. These are all material sources. First one is coins. We can understand history with the help of coins and the changes in the printing of currency notes. Now, the currency notes are not the same which were before 10, 15 or 20 years. As soon as the BJP government had formed its ministry, at the center there was a drastic change in printing the currency notes. You might have witnessed the change in 100, 200, 500 rupees currency notes. So, these changes also enable us to understand history. Reserve Bank of India prints these notes. Who prints these notes? Reserve Bank of India. It has its headquarters in Mumbai. So, where is the headquarters of Reserve Bank of India? Mumbai. Now, the coins from 1950. The coins from 1950 to those used till 2020. The metals used for making these coins, their different shapes, the diversity of subjects on the coins, all these things together help us to understand the important contemporary issues in India. The contemporary issues means the events, programs as well as issues which happened during that period is known as contemporary issues in India. With the help of the different shapes, diversity of the subject, help us to understand the contemporary issues of India of that time. Coins to convey the message of population control, and coins communicating the importance of agriculture and of farmers. What did we understand with the help of coins? Coins gave us message of population control. We should control population, and this message was given by the coins. Coins also communicated, means coins conveyed or gave us the message of agriculture and of farmers. How agriculture is our main occupation is stated by the coins. What important role is played by the farmers in making India's economy strong is also illustrated by coins. By the discussion of these things, you might have understood the significance of coins. Now, the next point is museums. All states of India have museums. In all the states, a museum is formed, constructed, and all these museums display the features or characteristics of our cultural and social heritage. If there is a museum in Mumbai, it displays the rich cultural and social heritage of Maharashtra. If there is a museum in Bhopal, that museum in Bhopal depicts the rich cultural and social heritage of Madhya Pradesh. It means museums are the mirrors of each and every state. These museums display rich cultural and social heritage of that particular state. They make us able to understand history. Because of museums, we understand history. For example, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Museum at Mumbai, Reserve Bank Museum in Pune. Apart from the government museums, there are some private collectors. Some private collectors also set up their own museums. Raja Kelkar Museum at Pune. This is the finest example. Raja Kelkar Museum in Pune. Near Sarasbagh, Mr. Raja Kelkar constructed his own museum, and afterwards he handed it over to state government of Maharashtra. It means Mr. Raja Kelkar is a collector of ancient things. They are based on distinctive subjects: coins, notes, lamps and nutcrackers in different shapes, cricket equipments, etc. So what is the subject of these museums? The concept of these museums is different. It differs from each other. Distinctive subjects, coins, notes, lamps and nutcrackers are found in different shapes. Cricket equipments are also found in these museums. So museum plays a vital role in making the sources of history strong in India. Now we are going to learn about oral sources. Now, what does it include in oral sources? They include folk tales, stories, which have come into existence from the time of our ancestors and forefathers. Folk songs, proverbs, ballads, and ovis. Ovi means Marathi verses or poems in the oral tradition. Ovis of Bahinabai Chaudhary. Activists or social reformers were inspired by the povaras of Lok Shahir Annabhau Sathe, Lok Shahir Pirajirao Sarnaik, and Shahir Amar Sheikh. When these Shahirs inspired to the people in Maharashtra during the Sanyukta Maharashtra movement, when the Sanyukta Maharashtra movement was in full swing, Lok Shahir Annabhau Sathe, Shahir Amar Sheikh inspired the people and raised them into rebellion against the Portuguese by telling folk tales, singing folk songs, ballads and ovis. It means the role of oral sources is very, very important to keep our state united and make it strong. Audio visual sources. Television, films, internet are called audiovisual media. Television, films, internet. Many domestic and foreign television channels also come under this head. There are many domestic as well as foreign television channels. They also come under audiovisual sources. History Channel, Discovery Channel, etc. In oral sources, folk tales, folk songs, ballads, etc. Audio visual sources, television, films, internet. An eminent institute which was founded in Pune is a topic or subject of pride to all of us, since this institute has given many eminent, seasoned and meritorious artists, actors and actresses to the world. It is Film and Television Institute of India, FTII. The Government of India started the Film and Television Institute of India at Pune in 1960. Film and Television Institute of India. It was founded in 1960. What was the purpose of founding Film and Television Institute of India? Provide public education. Government of India had to provide public education through the foundation of Film and Television Institute of India in the year 1960. An institute called upon Indian News Review has produced various news reels on important events in politics, social issues, art, sports and culture. An institute, and name of that institute is Indian News Review. Indian News Review. This Indian News Review has produced various news reels on important events, and those important events were politics, social issues, art, sports and culture. This department has also produced various documentaries, and these documentaries have been produced on important social leaders, on people who have made major contributions for the country. They have had to hold the head of India high because of their contributions, and also about important places and locations in India. These news releases and documentaries are useful for studying the history of modern India. We can study the history of modern India because of these news releases and documentaries. Till the moment, we have seen some important sources, and these important sources are necessary to write the history of modern India. Now, the times in the 21st century are changing very quickly, that even these sources will prove to be inadequate or improper after some years. But new sources are also coming forth. For example, during the transformation from landline telephone to cell phones, landline telephones have been replaced by cell phones. Now a gadget or device which is called pager has come up. There is one gadget in electronics. That gadget or device is known as pager. It has come up for contacting people. Because of this pager, we can contact people. But it died out as quickly as it had come up. It was brought into focus and it died also. It means it proved in vain. The huge amount of information is available on the internet, and now it is used. The huge information on internet is used to study history. But the truth and authenticity and originality or authenticity of this information which is available on internet should be verified, should be checked whether it is true or untrue. Now, it has become comparatively easy to study history. It is easier because of all these sources available in India. It is possible to study history properly with all these sources. And these sources are from the contemporary period. These are the sources of the then period. They are easily available. Since a subject like history touches all the aspects of our lives, it is a very important line. History touches to our life. History touches to our efforts which we make in our day-to-day life. So, we should make efforts for preservation of these sources. We have to protect these sources. At all levels, we have to take care to protect or to provide protection to these sources because they are huge and rich source of information. So we should also contribute to these efforts of cherishing the sources of history, so our culture and society would grow rich, we are sure. My dear boys and girls, right from the beginning, we have viewed sources of history in these courses of lectures. Again, we will learn briefly what we have taken today. We had begun today's course of lecture with the Press Trust of India. It provided online service. History of modern India was focused through the online service of Press Trust of India. Postage stamps were released by India. Postage stamp was a valuable repository. There was variety, novelty and color in postage stamps. Then we turn up to material sources. Coins, notes published and printed by Reserve Bank of India, whose headquarters is located in Mumbai. Museums were rich cultural and social heritage of India. There are museums in each and every state. In oral sources, we have studied folk tales, folk songs, ballads, etc. There are some more in the textbook which you can read and study. Audio visual sources, television, film, internet, we study in audio visual sources. Film and Television Institute of India, that is FTII, is an institute of pride for all of us which is located in Pune. So, this is what we have tried to learn today. I would request you to go through this uploaded video and read the textbooks if you have, so you would get detailed information about this topic, and please solve the question answers which are given below. Thank you. Have a good day.